mention these last few years, what he's done with his resume, the 2 Stanley Cups, and, of course, add that to the 2 Vezina trophies, and then add that to the fact that he's at 429 wins and counting. Here's Livingstone out front. Tipped on goal and a save made by Anderson. And the Hurricanes will have a chance to clear. It's pushed out to the line and a battle along the far boards. Sergei Bobrovsky has started to enter all-timer type of category here as far as what he's been able to do. All-time great type of category. What he's been able to do.
And it's not been a straight line like many of them, where it's just been a full ascent right from the top. There's been some hiccups along the way for Sergei Bobrovsky. It's that mindset, that determination to go through the failures and the ups and to make yourself great. And it's always been there.
Undrafted, if you want to go all the way back.
Yeah, you want to go back to undrafted. Yeah, where would we go? Undrafted goaltenders. I'm not sure if you go down to the list of all-time great goaltenders and where they at and where they're selected, but...
And you look at it all of a sudden now, it's difficult to find goaltenders with a better all-time track record and resume than Sergei Bobrovsky now.
And at 37, the way that he plays, and he's coming up on the tail end of his contract here, and I would have no hesitation, just like Brad Marchand, with the way that he keeps himself in shape, giving him another couple of years.
Here's Stanika for the Panthers. Walks in. A heavy shot on net, but a save made by Anderson.
Much better by the Panthers here. You're starting to see it after that power play. They get some shots by Gregor. Now they're starting to pepper the puck, get everything towards the net, towards Anderson. And it's just looked much sharper here. And that's, I guess, what you want from a coach and a team as you go through from period to period to get a little bit better. But they're moving the feet. The passes are much crisper. And now they're starting to test Freddie Anderson and spending a lot more time down in the Carolina end.
11-13 left here in period number 2. 1-0 Panthers lead.
Yeah, Sergei Bobrovsky's not walking into the Hall of Fame. He's running.
Face off coming to the right of Anderson. Yeah, he'll be in the first try. Much like Marc-Andre Fleury will be. He finished things off.
Yeah, that was really nice to see, wasn't it?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, get it back. One more preseason game. Retires the Pittsburgh Penguin. Along with his other buddies there, Chris Letang, Malkin, and Crosby. What a resume those guys put through for the Pittsburgh Penguins in their years, and still going with Malkin, Crosby, and Letang.
Face off far circle down to the right in the Carolina zone. And they'll control puck played up the near side. Kept in. Whipped down low by Benning. Up the far boards. Teams trying to get it out. Scramble along the far side. Shillington can't clear.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
From his forehand to his backhand and elevate the puck, but that speed down the wing. Foot's a big guy, but he's able to just get there. And Valmanis just puts his head down, drives hard to the net, takes the pass from Foot, and the pretty finish at the end of it is he's able to elevate it over Freddie Anderson for the second goal. And the Panthers, you started to feel it, though, after that power play and get the shots towards Anderson. And there was a lot more tempo, a lot more speed here in that second period. And it was on display there on a beautiful passing play from Foot in front to Valmanis.
Long shot from Bjornfoot, glove down now by Anderson. He'll hold it, and that's going to take us to the media timeout. 2-0 Panthers over Carolina. We've crossed the halfway point at Amaranth Bank Arena. 9:07 to go in the second on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Panthers fans, the Cats are back in action, and Stoner's Pizza has your game day meal covered. Every Panthers game day during the regular season, get 50% off all pizzas at Stoner's Pizza. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store, in-app, or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS to redeem. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Join Stoner's Rewards to earn points on your orders and get exclusive offers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Back here at Amaret Bank Arena in Sunrise, 9:57 to go in this second period. 2-0 Panthers over Carolina. Jack Studnicka in the opening minute of the first, and just a couple of minutes ago, Sandis Vilmanis, and that's the Panthers' goal scorers in this one. Now Cooper Black assumes the goal crease from Sergei Bobrovsky. Figured Sergei would go potentially 2 full periods, potentially half the game. He goes pretty much exactly half of the action here tonight. So Cooper Black, you can't miss him out there, Billy. All 6'8" of him.
223 pounds. He is a large human.
Played at Dartmouth.
Undrafted. Both our goaltenders tonight undrafted. Sergei Bobrovsky and Black. Cooper Black.
Now over on that far side, the Carolina Hurricanes working along. It's Sleven. Backhand cross ice. And Vilmanis back to grab it for the Panthers on the back check. Played it behind the net, taken away. Carolina with control. Backhand feed, a shot, and a save made by Black on Kevin LeBanc. Got that left arm out there. Billy, when he gets down to the butterfly, his shoulder's at about the crossbar.
Yeah, forget about it down low. Most goaltenders now, but just play your position, and that's where it's a big goaltender. What a mentor to have when you're around Sergei Bobrovsky, even if it's around training camp. And just look how he works with his body down low. If you're 6'8", and you're able to control your movement and your size, you can cut down so much angles just with your size alone. There's not a lot of holes, and the shooter basically has to create a hole by making you move first when you're that big.
Shot from Nikishin straight out of the blue line, just wide. Livingstone, far side of the ice. Luke Cunnin backhanded along and eventually muscles it out of the zone. Up that far side, Greer. He shouldered along the boards. And it was Carolina's Ryabkin got a piece of it, but now Ryabkin is shaken up. He took a second bit of contact over there on that far side. At first, the way he wasn't able to get to his feet, I thought maybe he had one of those issues where the skate blade comes free, but no, that's not the case. He looked like he was in some pretty significant discomfort down there.
Yeah, he's hurting on the bench.
Wasn't able to get to his feet, but he was right in front of the bench, and yeah, he's in some visible discomfort, getting some attention from the training staff. Here's a shot from Gadjevich out of the left circle, and it's shaken away by Anderson. The Carolina starter remains in the game. Shot from Livingstone, right point, pinballing after the save from Anderson. Puck goes to the far corner, 2-on-2 battle. Over on the far side of the ice, down to our right. Still loose over on that far side. Couple of Panthers get crossed up. It was Cunnin colliding with Ben Harper, and Luke Cunnin back to his feet. He's going to head to the Panthers bench, end of the shift there. But
Panthers out shooting Carolina 11-2 here in the second period.
Yeah, Panthers
they've controlled pretty much all the action and the play.
They've turned up the heat here a little bit. Puck play down to our left by Shillington for Carolina. Cooper Black behind the net, leaves it for Ben Harper. Long outlet feed. He's got Studnicka. He'll cross in, was shouldered off the puck, and then Jost will hand it across. The Carolina Hurricanes bring it along. It was Mike Riley on the feed. Jost in front. Backhand, they score, and Carolina gets one back.
The play looked to be offside first off. I'm not sure if it was, but other than that, taking it back door, throwing it all the way.
And it was Bradley Nadeau, who's had a nice preseason offensively for Carolina, who cashes in, and that's goal number 4 in 5 preseason games.
It's pretty good for Nadeau, and you wanted to talk about him earlier. Well, the late first-round draft picks able to put one on the board there. Quickly, Tyson Jost with a pass to the back corner, and Nadeau was able to beat his man right to the front of the net there. Bang play. Paul Maurice talking about this. I thought this play looked like it had the potential to be offside. Not sure.
No, we mentioned it earlier, Billy, but a lot of guys score 30 goals in the American Hockey League, and maybe they are going to take a look at this one now.
From the naked eye, it looked like he was a step ahead on the far side, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're going to see if it was offside. But as we were saying, a lot of guys score 30 goals in the American Hockey League, and I'm not trying to downplay it, but when you look at the sheet and you see that the guy who did it, 32 and 64, was 19 years old. In the American Hockey League, and for a lot of folks, if you don't follow the American Hockey League, to go in at 19 or 20, it's a wake-up call for a lot of guys, because all of a sudden you're playing against guys who played in the National Hockey League. You're playing against guys who are 25, 28, 30 years old.
Yes.
And to be able to put up those kind of numbers.
The American Hockey League is good.
Yeah.
It is really good hockey.
And to do it at 19.
At 19 against men. It's the equivalent of going over in the Barkovs of the world, playing in the Finnish elite leagues and those type of leagues and putting up big-time numbers. You just don't see it from a teenager.
And the difference.
And he showed that skill, and he showed the speed there on that play. Even if this play is called back,
yep.
You could see Nadeau, once he put his head down there, was able to beat everyone in the front.
Play was offside prior to goal.
See, I called it right away.
There you go.
Yeah, I could tell up here.
Moonlighting as an off-ice official.
Off-ice official from up top. Take it off the board. But if you're Carolina and you're Rod Brindamore and you're scouting your players, you're still looking at it as a goal.
Yeah.
A step and nice pass by the veteran Tyson Jost in front to Nadeau there.
And Billy, it was about a year ago, I'd imagine right around this time, a game right here in this building. You and I would have done the broadcast, and we were saying similar things. Different kind of player, but we were talking about Jackson Blake in a similar fashion when looking at somebody on the Carolina side.
I remember seeing Jackson Blake in training camp, and just put on a show when he came in here. He was just stellar and
got a contract.
Went on to have one heck of a rookie season. Now he's a staple in their lineup.
Now the difference with Nadeau, he's a guy that looks like a top 6, top 9 type of guy. I know Carolina likes to spread it out up and down the lineup, but there may just not be the kind of roster spot available, the kind of spot in the lineup available that a guy like him would need to be able to succeed.
Yeah, so you don't want to bring him in, put him third, fourth line. You'd rather 19 years old, go. He had really, really good. You talked about the 30 goals. Have one more dominant year down in the American Hockey League. 20, you're still young, and maybe give him some time during the course of the season. If there's injuries, he's going to be first on the call-up list. And if anything happens in that top 6, top 9 role where you can get him significant ice time and get him the experience that he needs, I'm sure that he is going to get that throughout the course of this year at some point. I doubt, as you mentioned, that he'll start with the big club, but there will be an opportunity at some point during the course of the regular season for him to step in.
Jaworski in front for the Panthers. A shot and a blocker save made by Anderson. Over on that far side of the ice, Panthers looking around. Shot from Livingstone, blocker save. Then Jaworski to Vilmanis, right circle. Up top for Livingstone, a shot that's wide. Bjornfoot pinching in, takes it down to the far corner. Over on that far side. It's held up down deep in the Carolina zone. Foot taking control then. He's taken off his feet. Scramble over along the far boards, and Jaworski holds it in. Foot, far circle, a shot. Just missed wide short side. Puck rims around. Here on the near board, Slavin for Carolina.
First looked good here. He had the assist on the goal by Vilmanis, and his father, my ex-roommate, Adam Foot, now the coach of the Vancouver Canucks.
Onto a right back behind the net, Greer in front. A chance for Cunningham. That one just rolled away as he tried to unleash a one-timer right out in front. Puck into the near corner, picked up, cleared by Slavin. Here on the near side, Ben Harper for Jonah Gadjevich. And the puck sent down to our right into the Carolina zone. Tell you what, you wouldn't want to stir things up against this Panthers unit that's on the ice right now between Ben Harper on the back end and that forward line.
I love this line during the regular season and postseason.
Yep. And of course, Nosek.
Nosek. Yep. But when we put them out there, nothing was going to happen, even in the playoffs. Just a pure intimidation that could play.
And Tomáš Nosek, along with Greer and Gadjevich, as we have a Panthers icing, 5:23 left in the second. When they came in, Paul Maurice wanted to bring them in as a full unit. They came in Game 3 of the Toronto series. That game got a little bit dicey, but then it turned around in the Panthers' favor and wound up being a turning point in the entire playoff run. And Now they have an opportunity to have those two guys out there. Again, Nosek out with an injury, but Luke Cunnin, a guy that has a skill set, fits well with those
very
two
much.
wingers.
And you always talk about Tkachuk, Barkov, or Hagee, all the stars of the world. When you end up winning a Stanley Cup, Bennett being a Conn Smythe,
There's a shot right out in front off the faceoff, and they score, and it's Giovanni Smith. Wasting no time, right off the faceoff, a loose puck, and he's able to sneak one down low past Black, so Carolina is on the board. 5:20 left in the second. It's now a 2-1 Panthers lead.
That might have been intentional by Giovanni Smith going forward on the faceoff. Not sure, but they just get it through. There's a scrum, and he's able to just pick it up and whip it through the legs of Sergei Bobrovsky very quickly and tie this game. I think the other one got taken off the board. This one is going to stand. So the ex-Panther, Giovanni Smith, on a quick face-off play, just gathers the puck quickly at the dot on the puck, and it's just kind of laying there. And not Bobrovsky, Black. I'll get that straight after a while. Cooper Black
Starts with a B.
Is beaten between the 5-hole.
Puck played along by Giovanni Smith, far side of the ice. Chopped over the Panthers line by Ryan Suzuki, but the Panthers take it back the other direction. Jump down to our right. Jesper Boqvist right circle, a shot. That's wide. Out to the far point. Just jumped over the stick of Uvis Balinskis. And Balinskis back down to our left. Gives to Jeff Petrie, his defense partner. Pass straight on. Jesper Boqvist. Mackie Samoskevich stood up the line. An offside call will draw the sequence to a close. 4:45 to go. Second period. 2-1 Panthers here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Continue with more preseason action on the other side. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Hey Panthers fans, time to face off. Hockey is back and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the sellies this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cats games or to any other live event in South Florida, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Hey, y'all. This is Alonzo Mourne, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
It's the Panthers in front of the Carolina Hurricanes. 4:45 left in the second. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you, welcoming you back for another season of Panthers hockey. Hockey season's here. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. That's SeatGeek, your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Cooper Black, the new goaltender, didn't play a lot last year. 17 games in the American Hockey League and 7 in the East Coast Hockey League down in Savannah.
Yep.
Was Savannah in the league when you were in the East Coast League?
No, they were not. Puck played up the near side. When I was working in the ECHL, we were hoping that the Columbia Inferno would return. Puck played out to the near point. Worked down low by Mike Riley. Puck rims around the end boards. Far corner. I'll elaborate on that in a moment. Out to the front of the net, a chance, and Joe stopped by Black, the outstretched right pad. And when I say outstretched, covers a lot of ground. The 6'8" goaltender Cooper Black for the Panthers. Taking over halfway through for Sergei Bobrovsky.
And you talked about him. He plays a lot just down onto his pads the whole time. Like even now he's down. It's when you're that size, cover that bottom half of the net. He's not upright a lot. He just likes to stay down into that butterfly position and use those pads and big body to cover the rest of the net.
Sachin throws one down, and as it's on to the stick of Gregor, looks like we've got an offside call against the Panthers. 3:38 left the second. 2-1. Panthers in front of Carolina. Billy, when I was in the ECHL, when I was broadcasting in the ECHL with the Idaho Steelheads, talk about some destinations. Because I was in the West. So, obviously, we went to Salt Lake the most. They were in the conference. But you had Victoria, you had Alaska, you had Vegas, the Las Vegas Wranglers, you had the Phoenix Roadrunners, my first season. The Ontario Reign had just come in.
California.
So you had that. You had Bakersfield, Stockton, Fresno. A lot of good weather, a lot of cool places to go, places that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise had an opportunity to go. It was a cool conference to be a part of because everywhere you went, it was an interesting place to go.
Yeah.
Puck play down to our left, and you saw a little action as a player in that landscape.
When they missed the whole 04-05 season because of the lockout, I went down and played for Long Beach, and that was...
here's a shot from the near circle, and Nikishin, short side, has tied this game for Carolina. A heavy snapshot out of the left circle. Short side pass, Black, 2-2 the score.
Nikishin and the offensive skills that we're talking about, able to showcase it there with able to keep the puck in at the blue line, and then he just is able to put a nifty move on, walk around his man, and get that quick shot away. And it beats Cooper Black to the short side down low, and there is Nikishkin, and that offensive ability is, I believe it was Vilmanis who was out at the point trying to cover him, and he just put a little shimmy shake on Vilmanis and walked around him, and then the heavy wrist shot to end it off, and we're all square.
And a takeaway inside the Panthers' zone. Giovanni Smith tried to center out front, but a diving, sliding play made by Uvis Balinskis to clog a passing lane and prevent a Carolina scoring opportunity for the first time in this one since, back when we were scoreless, which wasn't long. Remember, Studnicka gave the Panthers a 1-0 lead in the opening minute. Carolina was hoping to be able to take a lead for the first time.
The Panthers fully controlled the first half of this second period, and then that goal, ever since they got that goal that was taken off the board, the onslaught has come consistently from Carolina.
Here's the veteran LeBanc in for Carolina to the high slot. Looks right. And a chance save made by Black that time as he was able to stick out the trapper and deny Noel Gunler. 2:08 left in the second period. 2-2 is the score. And, folks, just a reminder that all rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers of the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited.
For what it's worth, this period's been much more entertaining than the first.
Well, the opening minute
the opening minute had something going on, and then the rest of the first period just looked like it was in slow motion. All of a sudden, now it looks like there's a little bit more intensity. Everyone's involved, and we're seeing it from both sides.
Opening minute, we had a Carolina goalpost into the Panthers' goal. Now dangling in. Here's A.J. Greer, but he's dumped down into the near corner. And the Carolina Hurricanes don't clear. Gadjevich takeaway, a shot, and it's blocked over in the far circle by defenseman Bryce Montgomery. Sent down to our left around the end boards. Understorm, far corner. He's punched there by Luke Cunnin. And the Panthers will get a clear. Out around center. Bayreuther can't hang on to it. Up the near side. Here's Noah Gregor. Takes it down behind the net. He's got a man sticking to him. Gregor sticks to the puck. Out the line. Bending a shot. Save. Made through traffic by Anderson. Loose in front of turnaround. Rebound try from Devine.
Hey y'all, this is Maggie Freeling, host of the podcast Up and Vanish Weekly. Tune in each week as I dive into some of the most interesting unresolved cases. Search Up and Vanish Weekly in your podcast app to follow the show.
Corner, eventually the puck taken away. Carolina tries to break it out. It is cleared out beyond the blue line.
Devine working hard really in front to get that setting coming down low as the defenseman, and then Devine just digging in around that front of the net, looking for that rebound, was able to get it and get a quality shot against Anderson.
A one-timer attempt from Nystrom was blocked, and the puck wound up all the way down to our right inside the Carolina zone. Nadeau will leave it for Nystrom. Up the far side, doesn't clear for Carolina. Played back down low. Here on the near side, backing into the neutral zone is Petrie to handle it for the Panthers across to Balinskis with 20 seconds left here in the second period. A 2-2 game. Carried on by Vilmanis. Over the line to the offensive end. A shot from Vilmanis, and that deflects up and into the mesh for a stoppage. 11.4 seconds left in the second. 2-2. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here in preseason action.
We can't go without mentioning our new scoreboard.
Yep. Beautiful new scoreboard here at Amaret Bank Arena.
Yeah, I believe it's It's 35 by 31. 35 feet high, I believe.
It is large.
And 31 feet wide, so if you want to put that in perspective, and it's fully wraparound. If you're listening on radio and trying to get a perspective of that, it's massive.
Yep.
And even just calling the game, because we normally have access to TV replays and stuff like that, but having that big scoreboard for myself, just to look back and kind of digest goals and look at it again, it is crystal clear.
Yeah.
I have no problem at all just when they replay the goals up there, just making sure of what I saw.
Great quality, great clarity, and just another item that adds to the overall fan experience that hopefully everybody tuned in out there is going to have a chance to check out at some point here over the course of the 25-26 Florida Panthers season. 2-2 through 2. Panthers and Carolina. The Panthers had the first two, Carolina with the last two. And Billy, as you mentioned, oftentimes when a team gets a goal taken off the board, when they get one called back, it's something that hurts momentum.
Yeah.
But in this game, Carolina seems to have used getting a goal taken off the board due to offside as maybe a rallying cry, because ever since that Bradley Nadeau they thought was a goal. They've had a good stretch of hockey since then, and they have 2 goals to show for it.
Yeah, one's kind of fortuitous. The quick strike off the faceoff is Giovanni Smith just walked in there and quickly whipped it through the legs of Cooper Black, and Valmanis had the goal and made it 2-0, and Giovanni Smith there 2-1, and all of a sudden Nikishkin, the defenseman, got some playing time in the playoffs last year, and he is really talented offensively, especially playing over in what is arguably the second best pro league, the KHL.
They're looking for him to fill in for Brent Burns.
Yes, to put up the numbers that he did in St. Petersburg, and the KHL is they were massive. So he does have this huge offensive potential, and you could see it on that play there. Valmanis went out there to get on him, and he just put a little shimmy shake, found some room for himself, and beat Black. Short side, blocker side, tied it up at 2, and we're headed to the third period. But it was better hockey. I guess that's what you want to see from both coaches, is after that first period, and you got youngsters trying to make teams, make impacts, trying to look around. If I was on both coaches' side, I'd say, that's probably not what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for some intensity. We're looking to move here. And we saw that in the second period. It was much more spirited, much more effort, a lot more speed to the game. So as this game's progressed, the hockey has definitely gotten better, and we're good for a good showdown here in the preseason as we head to the third.
2-2 through 2, 2 periods in the books. We talked about how the new scoreboard is going to add to the fan experience here at Amerant Bank Arena. Well, we are going to add to the listener experience, because Jamison Olive from FloridaPanthers.com is going to stop by coming up next. It's the preseason, but that doesn't matter. Jamison Olive, he's still here to break it all down with Kevin Rogers coming up on the other side. 2-2 through 2, Panthers and the Canes, preseason action. Off to our second intermission show we go. Doug Plagens, Billy Lindsay, handing it off to Kevin and Jameson next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, Panthers fans. Time to face off. Hockey is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the sellies this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cats games or to any other live event in South Florida, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Welcome to the second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission underway now from Amerant Bank Arena. High-scoring second. 3 goals combined between the Panthers and the Hurricanes, all tied up at 2 through 40 minutes of play. Kevin Rogers and Jamison Alba, FloridaPanthers.com, taking you through after 40. And let's look back at what unfolded so far tonight as we welcome Jamison to the broadcast for another season. Jack Studnicka, your guy, Jamison, 56 seconds into the first period. He had the empty netter against Carolina last week, scored his second to give the Panthers the quick 1-0 lead.
Yeah, no, he's a guy to keep an eye on right now if you're a Cats fan. Obviously, missing Barkov, missing Kachuk, missing Nosek. Yes, that means the big boys have to step up, but it also means everyone's moving up the lineup, which means there's going to be spots to fill there in the bottom 6 as well. Obviously, they have a fourth line they like right now with Gadjevich, Greer, and the newcomer Luke Cunningham in there in the middle, but that extra forward, it could be Jack Studnicka. You know, he's on this with this team on a 1-year, 2-way deal. He's got over 100 games of NHL experience, had a great year last year in the AHL. And he's a guy, been in the league a while. He's 26. He's kind of sniffing those prime years now. Played with Brad Marchand in Boston back in the day. I asked Marchand about him in training camp, and he says, he's a different player now. He's kind of playing that Panther hockey these days. He's no longer the flashy youngster. He's playing that hard-nosed game. He's forechecking. He's doing a great job. So, good goal there in the preseason. A guy we could see a couple times this regular season.
Mackie Samoskevich and Jesper Boqvist assisting on that goal. Panthers take the 1-0 lead through 1, and then nearly halfway through the second, the Panthers would grab the 2-0 lead.
All right, this one's picked up by Shillington. And then it's launched along, straight on by Bayreuther. That didn't connect. Back into the Panthers. A backhand, and they score! And it's Sandis Vilimanis cruising right through the slot. A backhand off the iron and in underneath Freddie Anderson. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 2-0.
9:48 into the second. Sandis Vilimanis, his first of the I keep saying I think of the postseason, Jameson. I'm back in June of the preseason. Nolan Foote assisting, Panthers up 2-0 at that point. Sergei Bobrovsky, he had a solid night in net as he made 9 saves before he was lifted halfway through the second. Cooper Black coming in for the final nearly 10 minutes of the second, but Carolina getting a couple goals. The Giovanni Smith revenge game, one-time Panther, his second at the 14:40 mark, unassisted. Got Carolina on the board, made it 2-1 Panthers, and then Alexander Nikishin, his first at the 17:02 mark of the second to tie things up for the Hurricanes at 2 apiece. Now, I want to, since we've reviewed the first 2 periods, I want your thoughts on this, please, because you brought it up earlier. When Alexander Barkov got hurt in practice last week, what was the first thing that went through your mind before you heard everything else that unfolded after?
The first thing that went through my mind was it's not going to be that bad. Barkey usually gets a couple bumps and bruises, usually misses a couple weeks here and there just with how physical his game is. So in your mind, you're like, okay, he's going to miss the preseason, maybe a couple regular season games. But then, when you find out how bad it is, you don't even feel bad for the Panthers. You feel bad for Barkey. You feel bad for the guy. He's a guy that gives so much out there, one of the nicest guys in the NHL. King Clancy winner. He's a humanitarian. He does so much in the community. And because I think the worst thing more than anything is this keeps him out of the Olympics. He was set to captain Team Finland. He's been waiting, since his rookie season to get back to the Olympics, and now that's not going to happen. So obviously we'll see what happens down the road. Can he return at some point later in the playoffs? Who knows? That's so many months from now. It's not even worrying about. But you just feel bad for Barkey because he deserves to be out there, and the NHL is a better place when he's out there, especially with Panthers going back to back. He's become a household name around the NHL. Everyone knows Sasha Barkov. He's Mr. Selke. He's the best 2-way player in hockey, and now he's not going to be there for a year. That's not fun for anyone.
Now, obviously, we know no one can replace Alexander Barkov, but in action, who do you see taking his spot now for the year?
there's nobody. Nobody's going to take that spot. Nobody's going to play the minutes he plays. Nobody's going to have the matchups he has. No one's going to have the impact he has. So it really is. Paul Maurice has been hammering this. The guys have been hammering this. It's going to be everybody. Everybody's got to give a little bit more every single night. But if you're looking at just down the middle, right now the Panthers down the middle, it looks like Sam Bennett, Anton Lundell, Evan Rodriguez playing center right now. Mr. Swiss Army knife for the Cats, so valuable. And then you have Cunnin right there as the 4C. So that's good enough. That can get you to the playoffs. That can win you some playoff games, especially if a guy like Anton Lundell takes that next step. If Sam Bennett continues to build off his Conn Smythe playoff run he had, we'll see. But, Anton Lundell's obviously the most curious of the group. He's a guy that typically when Barkov's gone out in the past for, like I said, maybe a week, 2 weeks, he's been the guy that's moved up, and he's looked great in the situation. So now it's just, what's he going to look like doing that for a full 82 in the regular season? And he's really getting better every year. He had a great playoff series, led the NHL in plus-minus during the playoffs last year, plus 19, was great with Brad Marchand and Atul Ostarainen, and it looks like that line's staying together off the bat. So responsibility goes up for everyone, but for Anton Lundell in particular, I'm really excited to see kind of what he does in this situation.
Jameson Hall with FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we appreciate it. Looking forward to the regular season with you a week from tomorrow, raising that banner again against the Chicago Blackhawks. Jameson, we'll talk to you again next week. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
There's Jameson Hall with FloridaPanthers.com. Panthers 2, the Hurricanes 2 through 2 periods of play. Preseason action continuing at Amerant Bank Arena. We still have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, world-famous former Twitter segment. Its return. It is coming up. Doug will have that in just a little bit. Panthers 2, the Hurricanes 2 through 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, Panthers fans. Time to face off. Hockey is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the sellies this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cats games or to any other live event in South Florida, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Second intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers 2, the Hurricanes 2. Kevin Rogers with you. Preseason action continuing as we take a quick look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. The Rangers ahead of the Islanders 1-0 first intermission there at UBS Arena. The Flyers and Bruins scoreless at the end of one in Boston. Pittsburgh leads at Detroit 1-0 through one. Coming up at 10 o'clock, the Sharks and the Ducks. Also at 10 o'clock, the Kraken and the Flames meet up. And at Hard Rock Stadium, the Dolphins seeking their first win of the season. And Tua Tagovailoa hits Darren Waller for a 4-yard touchdown. Dolphins lead the Jets 10-0 with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Coming up, we do have the world-famous former Twitter segment. It's returned. Doug Plagans has your tweets coming up. Panthers 2, the Hurricanes 2 through 2 at Amerant Bank Arena. Preseason action rolling on right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a
Obsessed with true crime cults or conspiracy theories? Conspiracy Theories, Cults, and Crimes is a weekly podcast from Crime House and Pave Studios that dives into the darkest corners of human behavior. Every Wednesday, we uncover the true stories behind the world's most shocking crimes, deadly ideologies, and secret plots. Follow and listen to Conspiracy Theories, Cults, and Crimes, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with Crime House, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Back here inside Emirates Bank Arena in Sunrise, where the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes are tied 2-2 in preseason action. Third period coming up. Should be a fun one. Let's get to the world-famous former Twitter segment. You can always tweet the broadcast every second intermission at Doug Plagans, and we'll get to whatever we have time for. Want to say hello to Roy in Scotland, who is tuned in. First up, we've also got Bill tuned in tonight, back here inside the arena tuned in. Thank you very much, Bill, for chiming in and for listening. We've got Nisi in Tennessee who's tuned in this evening. Dr. Greg is tuned in on SiriusXM app and streaming channel 931, where, make note, folks, you can find every Panthers game, our broadcast of every game, if you're a SiriusXM subscriber, on channel 931 on your SiriusXM app. That's available with most subscriptions, so you should be able to find us there. Scott the Cop / Marine tuned in Georgia this evening. Sean the Hawk as well. And want to say hello to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a part of your evening. We'll be back with the third period straight ahead. 2-2 through 2, Panthers and the Canes on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Back here inside Emirates Bank Arena in Sunrise, Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes, 2-2 through 2 periods play. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our onset engineer. Dan Day back at studio control. It's the Panthers in red, right to left. Carolina in white, left to right. Here in the third and final period of regulation time, we are off and running. And Mike Riley plays one down to our right inside the Panthers zone. Carolina trying to get to work. Giovanni Smith from the left wing, a shot, and that didn't get through. Livingstone will clear up the far boards. This one goes all the way way down. And the new goaltender in the game for Carolina will leave it back behind the net. Nikita Kwap takes over in net for the Canes. More on him here in just a moment. He wears number 70 this evening. So both starters now out of the game as far as the goaltenders go in this one. Bobrovsky and Frederik Andersen have now given way to Cooper Black in net for the Panthers and Nikita Kwap in net for Carolina.
The German native.
Now we've got some shoving. Giovanni Smith right in the middle of it. Jonah Gadjevich involved in the conversation, and eventually everybody is separated.
Nikita Kwap, Germany, played in the DEL, the German league. I played over there for a couple of years. He played in Dusseldorf. I played in Cologne, and Dusseldorf is about a 20-minute ride from Cologne, and that was your rivalry. They called them, the big rivalries over in Germany, derbies for whatever reason. And
that's what they call it when Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid play, right? The derby?
The derby, yeah. So we played the playoffs one year. It was us, Dusseldorf and Cologne, and it was wild. It was definitely a rivalry, and the fans were going bananas the whole time. It's quite an experience.
You enjoyed your time in Cologne?
Yes, I had very, very good experience over there.
I'm wearing Cologne.
Are you? Nice. Wait till you're married 30 years. You don't got to put it on anymore. First year it's nice for the wife. Good. I'm proud of you. Well, keep it up nice for the first couple of years. But when you reach 30 years, as long as you smell clean, the way.
Well, we're in a confined space here. I'm with Manny Chang back there. I want to make sure that we're all doing our part to keep things hygienic and clean.
I appreciate it.
Face-off far circle down to our left inside the Carolina zone. And it'll be
Jonah Gadjevich tonight. 4 shots on net to lead the Panthers. 7 shot attempts and 5 hits also leads the Panthers. And you talked about his goal scoring ability going back to junior hockey, and Owen Sound one year had 46 goals in 60 games. And all these guys that make it to the NHL level have had success as being a scorer at some other level, and Jonah Gadjevich fits that bill.
Ben Harper dumps one down to our left. And the Carolina Hurricanes will try and get things started here. The puck played up the boards by Legault. And it's worked back in by Ben Harper. Back behind the net inside the Carolina end. This one played up the near boards. Carolina on the move. Nadeau had it poked away by Benning. Loose puck here along the near side. Scramble for the loose puck, and it's Noah Gregor there to clear. Now down to our left, Sauchin almost was able to sneak past the defense. Rolling puck to the far corner. Bayreuther there first. We'll send one around. Shillington out to the neutral zone. Clears, intercepted. Foot back in for the Panthers. Left side of the circle. Poked away. And then Bayreuther puts a body on foot in the corner. On the near side, it's sent down by Chorsky. Cut off, back out to the line. Bjornfoot holds it into the Panthers. Down and around, far corner. Vilmanis, who has one of the Panthers' goals, looks across the near side. Bjornfoot shot that deflects wide. Back behind the net, Nadeau there for Carolina. Off the glass, didn't get the clear. Bounces back to Bayreuther. Around for Shillington, near corner. Up the near side for Robidoux. And off a couple of bounces, he's got it. But it looks like they're going to whistle this for an offside against the Panthers. It went off a couple of Panthers sticks. And now we'll have a face-off coming. 17:32 left in the third, 2-2 the score.
These are two teams that have developed a healthy rivalry after meeting twice in 2 of the last 3 years in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Playoff matchups, that's what does it.
Yeah, both
repeated playoff matchups.
Yeah. Panthers both times the sweep in the first one to get to the Stanley Cup Final, and only 5 games last year. The Panthers have definitely gotten the better of them in a couple of playoff appearances in the last couple of years against Carolina.
And you're always going to have changing faces, but relatively speaking, you look over these last 3 seasons, a lot of the familiar faces still there for both teams, so that adds to the development of a rivalry.
And they're two teams that play very similar styles. The only difference that you watch and becomes a separator in the playoffs is that the Panther style is much more physical. It's a lot more heavier, and it's tougher to withstand.
And they have more guys that I think are willing to play that type of style.
Correct.
Or maybe have that in their DNA. Puck played down to our left, and icing call. Zugas Polinskas cleared for the Panthers. 17-14 left in the third, 2-2 to score. But once again,
and that's something
going into the season, Carolina, one of the teams picked to be atop the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. The big offseason signing is Nikolai Ehlers from the Winnipeg Jets. But you still look down the middle, and after Sebastian Aho on that first line, it still gets pretty thin as far as their centermen go. Kotkaniemi, Stankoven, I believe, is going to play the middle this year with Carolina.
I think right now he's the leader in the clubhouse as far as that second-line center position goes, and that's really what's been missing for them is a second-line center. Right side, Panthers work in a chance, a backhand, and a save made by the goaltender Quap on Luke Cunnin, who had a lane to the net. From about the dot in, was all by himself, went to the backhand, and Quap made the save. But Carolina, year after year, they've been looking for that number 2 center. They've tried some things. They're fine at the third line spot. They've got Jordan Stahl there. They're still asking a lot out of Jordan Stahl late in his career.
The Kotkaniemi experiment just didn't.
Yeah.
They tried and tried and tried.
And he's still there.
He's still there. And had all kinds of skill, just never quite piece it together. Decent hockey player, not a bad hockey player, but definitely not what they envisioned him becoming when they signed him over from the Montreal Canadiens.
And as far as options, Ryan Suzuki, who's in the lineup tonight, maybe they figured at some point he would be somebody who would fight for one of those positions as Stanika takes a hard check from Legault here along the near boards, and the puck sails up and out of play.
It's a really good move by Kunin. He's able to steal the puck and take it in, and then he showed some of the skills of Kunin and got that backhand shot clearly against Quap, and Quap was able to make his first save of the evening.
Ben Harper and Charles Alexis Legault, a little conversation there after the play came to a halt. It was Legault who put the body on Stanika here along the near boards. And Ben Harper is a guy, 6'6" defenseman. He's taken on all comers over the course of his time in the National Hockey League.
Now 30 years old. Bounced around from team to team. Has never really spent a full year in the NHL.
But there's always been somebody looking for his services when he's come available. Here's a shot from Stanika, and it's paddled away by the goaltender Quap out to the line. Long shot, Benning deflects, and it's loose to the end wall, kept to the outside by Legault for Carolina. Didn't get the clear, though. Oh, when you're a 6'6" defenseman, Billy, they always say you can't teach that.
And you're tough.
Yep.
Yes. You're always going to be valued, always want a spot.
Now it's center ice. The puck dumped down to our left by Sachin. On the end wall, Legault for Carolina. Up the far side, the Canes get a clear, and down to our right, it's handled by Bjornfoot. Quick transition pass Devine. He'll dump it in. We talked about Logan Stankoven for Carolina. I know he's not in the action here this evening, but he looked pretty good in the series against the Panthers back in the conference final. Here's Noah Gregor working in. He'll wrap around the inboards out to the right circle, out to the right point. He'll peel off, holds far side, looks out to an open man. Bjornfoot a shot. It's blocked, and the puck goes to the near corner. Bjornfoot back behind the net. Jack Devine there, tries to swerve away from Montgomery. Gets a little bit of separation, finds a man. Bjornfoot pinching in, down to the corner, peels off, near side. He'll hand it back behind the net to Gregor. Whips it out front, a left pad save made by Quap. Over on that far side of the ice, battled out of the corner. Montgomery this time has it. And he will look cross ice. And that clears the zone. Back in go the Panthers here. Foot near side, Chorsky looking out front, nobody home, and the Carolina Hurricanes will get a clear.
Noah Gregor had a wraparound chance, and then nifty move to set up that far point shot to Bjornfoot that got blocked.
Wilmanis sends one down to the far corner, an immediate clear from the Canes. Back down to our right, Cooper Black. Leaves it behind the net, Jeff Petrie. Lugs it on for the Panthers to center ice. Petrie rattles one into the offensive end. Takes a hop off the end wall. Behind the net for Carolina, it's Nystrom. And then eventually cleared by Giovanni Smith. Polinskas from the center line. Here on the near side, it's dumped in. Gains a chance to break it out. Up the near side, Nystrom. Bouncing puck, spun back in by Gadjevich for the Panthers from the center red line. Quap behind the net. Up the far side, held in. Benning, long shot wide off the end boards. Lively bounce. Nystrom to the near boards. And then a failed clear. Gadjevich kept it in near side. A shot, and that's tipped on goal. Save made by Quap. And the puck winds up the far corner. It's Harper who got it down there. A.J. Greer was looking for the pinballing rebound. Now Benning a long shot from straight on. That goes just wide. Cunnin on the end boards for the Panthers. Luke Cunnin, near point Benning. Benning across, Harper there, a shot wide, rims around the corner boards and out through center. Luke Cunnin and his unit will head to the bench.
This line of Kunin and Gadjevich and Greer, you can see just the skill that they have. They're fourth-line guys, but when you give them an opportunity in an exhibition game to kind of freewheel and do their stuff, they've had some dominant shifts and dominant opportunities, and they've been all over the place and around the front of the net, spending a lot of time down in the offensive end.
Luke Cunnin out of St. Louis. He's a first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild back in 16 as a shot goes wide from Sam Skevich here on the near side. Longtime friend of Matthew Tkachuk, and he plays with an edge to his game as Quap covers up side of the net. And I don't fancy myself a scout, but I remember thinking a couple of years back that Luke Cunnin looks like a guy who would fit perfectly in the Panther system and the way that they play. And, well, brought in on a contract over the course of the offseason, and love the addition, love to see how he's fitting in and will continue to fit in with this Panthers group. 13:09 left in the third, 2-2 the score. Back with more here in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning. I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
13:09 to go, third period, 2-2. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers had the first two. Carolina had the last two, and we haven't had a goal scored since the end of period number 2. So
that's a lot of twos.
That's Tuomo Ruutu is
calling the shots behind the bench.
He's calling the shots over on the bench for the Panthers, and Paul Maurice talked about that leading into the game. That the first 4 preseason games, Tuomo Ruutu was going to run the bench. Talked about what valuable experience that was, and Paul Maurice said that for the last 2 preseason games, which would be Thursday and Saturday, that is his words, that he'd get back on the horse. And
well, after 27 years behind that NHL bench,
he knows a thing or two.
Yeah. Even if he didn't take full charge of those last 2 games against Tampa Bay, I'm sure it is not going to be an issue once he gets back and starts to run a bench.
Well, Paul Maurice, as the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, that's where he had Tuomo Ruutu as a player years ago.
What a staff the Panthers have.
Yeah. Up the left side, Felix Unger-Sorum for Carolina.
Jamie Compton and Sylvain Lefebvre, Tuomo Ruutu. These are all hard-working. And they've been with him, too, a lot of the guys, especially Fenton. I'm sorry, not Fenton, Compton. Has been around Paul Maurice a long, long time, and they have a great relationship, and they work hand in glove with each other.
And 4 rings now for Jamie Compton, so
not too bad.
He's a guy who's Done a lot in the National Hockey League. Had a lot of success in the National Hockey League. Puck played up the near side of the ice all the way down to our right. Petrie will leave it back behind the net for Noah Gregor. Up the far side, Petrie. But you look at this Panthers team, and you talk about that, Billy, and whether it's the coaching staff with Paul Maurice, Jamie Compon, and Sylvain Lefebvre, and Tuomo Ruutu, and going right down the list, or you look at the defense core. We talked about how Jeff Petrie's come in as the big addition, but overall a lot of continuity. And the same thing can be said for the forward groups. Luke Cunning's come in. We've talked a lot about him because they're just he's a new guy coming in, but overall continuity up and down is really the biggest theme for this Panthers
And it's
team.
all started up top. When you get Mr. Viola down to Bill Zito and Paul Maurice and the coaching staff, and it's delegated here. Everything is delegated to different people, even on that bench. So Jamie Compton, he has his job. Paul lets him do his job. Sylvain Lefebvre, Tuomo Ruutu, they get him free rein. Paul's going to concentrate on what he does, and he has full trust.
Now a chance for the Panthers. Chorsky inside, he scores! And the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. Chorsky heads in on the left side. And he was thinking shot all the way. He let it rip. And he's able to sneak one past Quap, and the Panthers lead by a goal once again. 11:24 to go here in the third.
Carolina regurgitates the puck in the middle of the ice, and Chorsky is able to steamroll down that left wing. His right-handed shot gives him a little bit better angle. He pulls it into his body and just trying to create that angle, and is able to go upstairs on Quap, give the Panthers a lead once again. He was able to go 0-60 pretty quick, though, after that turnover. And he got it on his stick and got on his horse going full speed, and that was a dynamite shot to finish it off.
Brett Chorsky, a go-ahead goal here in the third for the Panthers. As the puck's played down to our left back behind the net. Over on that far side, then Carolina trying to get a clear out of their own end. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right. The Canes do get a clear, this time from Josiah Slavin. And now the Panthers charge back in as Luke Cunningham crosses center, and it's dumped in. Montgomery here in the near corner. Up the boards, Nadeau, center ice, looks left. Shillington along the wing for Carolina. The defenseman carrying it deep into the Panthers' end. Bumped by Livingstone, far corner off the puck, and Livingstone now with control. His pass out of the reach of Gadjevich. The Canes have it. Legault, right circle. Works down low. Legault behind the net, leaned down by Greer. A pass out to the far point, Nadeau covering. Cross Shillington, a one-time drive blocked by Cunningham. Deflects to the near corner. Puck picked up, tossed on by Bjornfoot, and a race here on the near wing. Greer after it, had it chopped away. Shillington bounces one up the near boards, down to our right, the Panthers line. Petrie took a feed from Balinskis, out to center ice. Greer, halfway through period number 3. Greer, Balinskis, left wing to the corner. Here's Balinskis along the near side. He'll wrap one down behind the net. That's going to be cut off behind the goal by Jost for Carolina. Veteran of over 400 NHL games, didn't get the clear. Jesper Boquist back down deep at the offensive end for the Panthers. Took a shot from Nikishin here along the near side. Stanika in to help out. Couldn't get a pass out to the line. The Panthers forced to reload back around center. Up the far side, Petrie there. Jesper Boquist angles one deep into the Carolina zone. Far corner, Mackie Samoskevich. Backs along the far boards.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode. So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Put up big numbers and then got the chance signed with the Panthers and got some time in the American Hockey League last year late in the season and did pretty well for them. Got into 8 regular season games, had 3 goals, and then the playoffs, 12 more games, had a goal, 2 assists. It was a real nice shot. He's another big man. He's 6'6", 195 pounds.
Menchie played the National Hockey League, won a Stanley Cup with the New Jersey Devils. And the puck gets by a man out to the neutral zone. Carolina, 2-on-1 developing. Pass across. Here's LeBanc. Shot smooth. Made by Black. Out to the near corner. Suzuki tried to settle it. Couldn't. Lost his stick in the process. And Ben Harper up the far side. Pass didn't find Sauch. And a long shot. That's stopped by Black as well. As that was Bayreuther putting it on net after he held it the zone.
Panthers just misplayed the puck in the offensive zone. Comes back to a clear 2-on-1 on LeBanc. 2-on-1 decided to shoot it, and that was Black's best save of the night.
Here's Foot working in for the Panthers. His pass down to the far corner. Vilmanis then back behind the net, rolled out front. Now it's handled by Livingstone. A shot block, got it back. Livingstone, near circle, looking across. Vilmanis. Now he'll work it to Chorsky. Chorsky to the end boards.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Saraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond to talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Saraya, an Odyssey podcast available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Handled pair by Foot, came away from him. And now the puck played up the near side. It's the Carolina Hurricanes bringing it out. Backhanded along by Robidoux. Just inside the Panthers line, it's Bjornfoot. 7:45 to go in the third. 3-2 the score. It's dumped down to our left. Icing called against the Panthers. 3-2 the score. Panthers out shooting Carolina 31-17. And Billy, it feels that way.
Yeah, it does. They've been able to put a lot of pressure. Younger lineup tonight for Carolina, and some veterans in for the Panthers. We saw it the other night. Panthers went with a little bit younger lineup, and Carolina had the veteran group, and they poured over 40 shots on net. But that has been the story tonight, and especially once they got into that second period, much more impressed with the Panthers as far as just playing straight lines. They were able to dump the puck and use their speed and create some turnovers, just like on that last play there. Create that turnover, and Chorsky's able to get that goal.
A turnaround shot, and they score, and it's Robidoux. From out beyond the top of the left circle, just let one rip through traffic, and it found its way through, and Carolina manages to continue to hang around in this thing. 7:33 left in the third, and once again, we're all tied up.
Robidoux down deep in the corner, just able to corral it, and it comes out. He gets going back towards his own net, and then turns around and spin around a wrist shot, able to beat Black up high. I've only ran over you on 3 goals this year today, so I get my quota for my full year out of the way here in the preseason. That's what
it's for. We're here tonight to have a conversation. Puck played into the neutral zone. It's a very conversational format here this evening for the preseason. Malinskas heads in. And he rolls one down through the blue paint. Carolina back the other way. Unger Sorum at center. Didn't settle it down. Then he's knocked down by Gadjevich. And offside call against Carolina brings us to immediate timeout. 7:06 left in the third. 3-3 Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Will bring it back for more third period action next. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
7:06 left, third period. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes 3-3. Opening night here at Amerant Bank Arena for the regular season a week from tomorrow. It's 5 o'clock face-off with the Panthers welcome in Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks, and it's going to be banner-raising night. You don't want to miss it. Get to your seats early for that one. Puck play down to our left. And Carolina with control. 3-3 inside, 7 minutes to play here in the third. Uvis Balinskis to Stednica, a little out of his reach. And Carolina transitions. Robidaw, who just tied the game for Carolina, can't settle one right around his own blue line. Panthers work back in. Jesper Boquist, a shot save made by Klopp. The backups to start, both in for their respective teams here. Bobrovsky went about half of tonight's game. Frederick Anderson played 2 periods for Carolina. Here on the near side, Stednica dumps it in. He opened the scoring back in the opening minute. Shillington behind the Carolina net clears. Dump back in by Livingstone. Far corner. This one dragged along by Shillington for the Canes. Chopped ahead. It rolls down to our right. Black will tap it aside. Here in the near corner. It's kept to the outside by Livingstone. Didn't clear though. Montgomery back down and around the end wall. Over on that far side, puck tracked down by Bjornfoot. Given out to center ice, dumped in by Devine. Around the end boards it goes, far corner, loose puck, Suzuki a whack at it. Didn't advance it there, loose back behind the net. And now this one's going to be picked up, backhanded along by Giovanni Smith, clearing for the Carolina Hurricanes. Panthers right to left, Carolina left to right. 5:40 left in the third period. Montgomery has it sliced away by Devine. Jump back in down to our right by Legault. Panthers back behind their own net. Here's Bjornfoot out of the near corner. Feed up the near side for Gregor, didn't connect. Way down to our right by Jost. Back in behind the net. Livingstone got clipped with a stick from Gunler, and
nothing called on the play. Yeah, it got clipped up high.
At least not yet. Maybe we do now. Maybe we have a call now.
It's pretty clear. High stick up high. And we'll get the referees and linesmen together and see what comes of it after the break.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it next. 5:15 left in the third. 3-3 to score. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes here at Amerant Bank Arena. It's the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
5:15 to go, third period, 3-3. Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. A 4-minute double minor for high sticking assist to Noel Gunler of the Carolina Hurricanes. So a big Publix power play opportunity for the Panthers here, Billy.
Trying to finish it off. 5:15 on the clock. If you're able to get one in the first 2 minutes, then he'll have a chance. The last go down to 2 minutes and a chance to get another goal. So he could score in the first 2 minutes of this 4 minutes. That would be very helpful.
Power plays were a BOGO at Publix. Got the 4 minute.
Buy one, get one.
The 4 minute double minor. Publix power play. And the Panthers a big opportunity here. Puck played across the ice. Samaskevich down behind the net. Hope Livingstone's all right. Took that high stick. Looked to be okay. But at first, the call wasn't made. But eventually, Panthers did get the call and wound up on the power play. But here's a chance for Carolina. Lagoa shot, and it's wide. Puck rims out to the neutral zone. Vilmanis, a lane right side. Out front to an open man. A shot, and it's wide from Studnicka. Looking for his second of the game. Here on the near side. Puck backhanded out the line. Balinskis across the ice. Looking down into the corner. Devine behind the net for Foot. Bounced off Foot, and now the puck picked up and sent down by Jost.
Nikiskin, the Carolina defenseman, the puck was 3 feet away from him for about 5-10 seconds, and he just kept backpedaling. That allowed the Panthers to get the puck in front to Studnicka, and he fired it high and wide. I'm not sure what Nikiskin was thinking on that play, but he just puck was there. All he had to do was take a stride forward, and it was his.
Kevin LeBanc will toss one the length for Carolina. Uvis Balinskis back for the Panthers. Brings it straight on. Balinskis, right side, dumped down by Devine. Around the end boards it goes, into the near corner. Loose to the side of the Carolina net, leaning out to cover is Quap. So 3:29 left in the third. 3-3's the score. 2:14 left in the Publix power play for the Panthers.
Studnicka has been able to show that speed. He's playing on that line that can really move, getting some power play time out there. All alone in front. Noser is a player when you miss high and wide, even in preseason. You go back to the bench and they hurt. And you don't even get the shot on net. When I had a breakaway and I just missed the net totally, it just like, oh man, why couldn't I at least force him to make a save?
Now here's Petrie. He'll walk one along. Petrie for the Panthers. Right side, Samaskevich dumps it in. Now here on the near boards. Loose puck along the near side. And it's Studnicka to Vilmanis, and puck play down off the end wall. Rolls to the far board. Samaskevich tried to center, intercepted, and the puck cleared into the neutral zone. Down to our right, Petrie back at the Panthers line. Across the ice, Vilmanis. Through center ice he goes. Vilmanis, quick feed to Devine, who tried to dish it back, couldn't get it through. Carolina will control. The puck chipped down to our right.
If Devine could get that back in the middle, Vilmanis was wide open in front, had no one in front of him. Pass gets blocked.
Uvis Balinskis, right side Devine. Dumps the puck down to our left. On the end wall, the puck picked up, sent up the near side by Legault. Couldn't get it out. Second try, he will. 1:05 to go in the Publix power play for the Panthers. Black, the goaltender to Sauchin over on the far side of the ice. Second round pick of the Panthers a couple of years back. Puck dumped down to our left, rims around the end wall. Here on the near side, Devine, front of the net, a shot and a save made by Quap. Carolina gets a clear from Shillington.
Devine able to hang on to it, worked his way to the middle of the ice. Tried to go quickly between the 5-hole and was shut down by Quap.
1:49 to go in the third. Up the right side. This one worked in front of shot. Greer. Save made by Quap, and it's loose. Cunnin set up Greer.
That was a glorious opportunity going down the wing, and Cunnin just blew by everyone with his speed. Threw it back high into the slot. Walking right down Broadway was Greer.
Here's Greer again on the left side. Looking out front. Bouncing off a stick. Gadjevich. Greer back behind the net. Puck just rolled away. And here come the Carolina Hurricanes up the left side. Launched down wide of the Panthers net by Nystrom. Rolls to the side of the goal where it's covered by Black with 1 second left in the Publix power play. Carolina's almost all the way through it. 1:16 to go here in the third period, and the game's tied at 3.
Oh, Quap, that was his most impressive there late in that. He had to make 2 or 3 really excellent stops there. Most notable on Greer there on that late pass by Cunnin coming down the wing, feeding Greer. Coming, as I said, he got right in the middle of the ice with the hash marks. And Quap was able to get aggressively out of his net, cut down the angle, and make that save on Greer. And a couple of opportunities just before that for the Panthers on the power play. It looks like Carolina's going to be able to escape this 4-minute major to Gunler. Double minor.
And now it's Gunler out of the box. So back to 5-on-5 we go. Panthers Public's power play comes to a close. Down to our left back behind the net. Puck picked up by Nystrom and set up the ice. He will clear for Carolina. Icing call against the Kings. And a face-off upcoming. So 58.7 seconds left. Third period. 3-3 to score. Jesper Boquist, Mackie Samoskevich, Jack Studnicka, the forward line for the Panthers here. Puck cleared by Nystrom. Giovanni Smith dumps it down, backs behind the net into the near corner. After it for Carolina. Here on the near side, Unger Sorum and Smith. Neither one came up with it. Panthers break it out quickly. Boquist up the left side. Here's Samoskevich near circle. Backhand wide through the blue paint.
Had all the room to take it to the net. It was wide open. Just put his shoulder down, take it to the net, tried to pass.
Samoskevich again, looks out front, and Boquist shot deflects off McCain's stick and into the far corner.
Samoskevich a couple of times tonight looking to pass. This is going to be delay a game here against Carolina, maybe.
Unger Sorum just blindly whipped that puck along, and it went over the glass. He's heading to the box.
Samoskevich on that play, though, when he tried to pass it to Boquist, he got to the top of that left faceoff dot. It is going to be a delay a game. The Panthers will have a late power play. If they don't score, that will extend into overtime. But Samoskevich, if he just puts his head down, that's a minor breakaway from the top of that left faceoff circle. In and said it earlier in the game, the shot is his weapon. Paul Maurice said after the game probably, look, I love the idea of trying to make those pretty passes, but let her rip.
Off the face-off, here's a shot from Balinskis. That deflects to the far corner. Puck backhanded along over on the far boards by Legault. Couldn't get it out for Carolina. Action down to our left in the Carolina zone. Nikishin will clear. This one is out of play, but not cleanly out of play. So we will have a face-off coming. 5.7 seconds left in the third. 143 on the Public's power play for the Panthers. And if the Panthers don't score the next 5.7 seconds, it's going to be off to overtime presented by our friends at Amerant Bank. Off the draw, cleanly back to the line of drive, and that one's over the net. The final seconds will tick off the clock, and that's it for 60 minutes. So it's off to overtime here at Amerant Bank Arena. A preseason thriller between the Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. Off to the 5-minute 3-on-3 sudden death overtime period. If that doesn't do the trick, it'll be off to a shootout. 138 on the Public's power play for the Panthers as we get set for overtime. While we get ourselves set for overtime, Kevin Rogers, the out-of-town scoreboard from JetBlue. What's going on? What do you have for us?
All right, Doug, couple games ongoing inside the preseason. Rangers lead the Islanders 2-1, 2 minutes to go in the second. Flyers and Bruins tied at 1 with 2 minutes to go in the second there in Boston. Pittsburgh leads at Detroit 2-0, minute and a half to go in the second. San Jose and Anaheim dropping the puck at 10. Also Seattle hosting Calgary at 10. And the Dolphins a 10-3 lead over the Jets halftime at Hard Rock Stadium. We have overtime up ahead. Preseason style, well, same as regular season, but Panthers 3, the Hurricanes 3, headed to OT at Amerant Bank Arena with Doug and Billy.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. 5 minutes on the clock, 3-3 the score here. And to recap the scoring that took place tonight, back in the first period, Studnicka gave the Panthers a 1-0 lead 56 seconds in. There wasn't another goal scored until 9:48 of the second. Vilmanis was able to get that one for the Panthers. And then couple in a row for Carolina at 14:40. Giovanni Smith back in the second period. Then Nikishin at 17:02 of the second. That made it 2-2 through 2. Here in the, or I should say, in the third period, 8:36 of the third, Chorsky. And then at 12:27 of the third, Robidaw for Carolina. And that's the scoring in tonight's game. 3-3
let's break in that number 11 jersey for Samoskevich. Let's go here. 4-on-3 power play. Set him up. He's had a couple of opportunities. Did not shoot the puck. Give him a chance here in the overtime. Let's get Sam Skevich on the board and let's get out of here. Or anyone else that wants to get involved. I'm all good for that, but 4-on-3 power play.
Panthers in red left to right. Carolina in white right to left. Panthers a 4-on-3 Publix power play to start the overtime. Overtime presented by Amerant Bank. And off the draw, and the Panthers have it. Jesper Boquist takes it in left circle. He's angled to the boards by Riley. Kept control, got it to the line, straight on Jeff Petrie. Petrie holds, surveys, drags it off to the right point. Jeff Petrie for the Panthers. Across. Samus.
Hey there, I'm Kendra Adachi, and my show, The Lazy Genius Podcast, helps you be a genius about the things that matter and lazy about the things that don't, and you get to decide what matters. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you a new way to see. Episodes of the Lazy Genius Podcast are full of compassionate time management tips and permission slips to do what makes sense for you. New episodes drop every Monday. Follow and listen to the Lazy Genius Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Winner, and Jack Studnicka probably going to be the first star as he starts the scoring and ends it in overtime. He did play a really well game. He was, as far as mentioning names, I heard you call his name a lot tonight, and was able to get it done in overtime. Samuskevich with a couple of assists in this game, and Jeff Petrie has quarterbacked the power play a lot in his career there. Just threw it to the front of the net. That's ball game.
So it only took 28 seconds. 3 stars coming up for you. All that and more. 4-3 Panthers over Carolina in overtime on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Florida Panthers hockey. The team coverage doesn't stop now. The Cats Recap Show coming up on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy
a new season of Survivor means a new season of On Fire, the only official Survivor podcast. Each week, we break down the game like nobody else can, from how the season is built to why the players make the moves they do. It is the ultimate companion to the show. So if you love Survivor, I think you're going to love On Fire. Follow and listen to On Fire with Jeff Probst on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
This is the Cats Recap Show on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health. Coming up, the 3 stars of the game, a look back at tonight's game, and a preview of the Cats' next game.
Cats Recap Show begins now. Kevin Rogers, Doug Plagans, and Billy Lindsay with you. The Panthers edge the Hurricanes tonight 4-3 in overtime. Jack Studnicka, he had the first goal of the night in the first. He had the last goal, the OT winner, 28 seconds in on the power play of the overtime to give the Panthers their second win of the preseason. Panthers coming up with 3 straight games against the Tampa Bay Lightning in 3 different cities starting tomorrow in Orlando. But big win for the Panthers tonight as we head to Amerant Bank Arena now and get things going with Doug and Billy.
Thanks very much, Kevin. 4-3 Panthers in overtime. They get it done this evening. Jack Studnicka, the overtime hero, 56 seconds into the game. He opened the scoring, and then half of that duration into the overtime, 28 seconds into overtime. Finished things off here tonight, but there were a lot of bright spots here in this one tonight, Billy. We saw, I think we saw some good things.
I thought it was well played all around by the Panthers after the first period. They really got going.
Yep.
Did a lot of their stuff, opened that goal, that forechecking pressure, Studnicka, and he would get it there, and then they put a lot of pressure on Carolina. The shot total, again, up around 40, 37 shots on net after only a handful in that opening period, but Carolina was able to hang around. Never had a lead in this game. They're playing chase up the whole game. They were down 2, got it back even at 2. Chorsky put the Panthers up again, and they rallied again, and Panthers found a way in overtime when you get that 4-on-3 power play, a little bit more room to operate, and Studnicka was wide open in front as Petrie let that shot through and was able there. And you said a lot of bright spots. I just thought the team played like they should, and you go in, and we know what the Panthers roster with the injuries is even going to look at. With spots, one-way contracts, you can do all the math. What sort of happens here, what you're trying to sort out here with Studnicka, who's played over 100 games in the NHL, and some of these players that are going to be leaders down in Charlotte with your American Hockey League team, as you're trying to evaluate on your call-up list where these guys are going to belong and who they're going to even start there. They have a depth chart where they put all the regulars with the Panthers and a couple of extra that make the team, but they'll also have a chart in their coaching offices where they finish after preseason, where they would say, okay, with our forwards, if we're going to call someone up into bottom 6, top 6, like who's our first call and who's that going to be? A lot of this depends on your training camp and how you perform. And Studnicka, if you played over 100 games in the NHL, you have a good preseason like this. This goes a long way as to putting yourself on that short list if there's any kind of injuries immediately out of the gate. Hey, who do we look for? Well, this guy impressed and worked his tail off in the offseason to get in great shape here, and that's what a lot of this training camp is for players like that. So happy for Jack Studnicka tonight, and the Panthers do get that win. I thought the veterans played well. I really liked Gadjevich, Greer, Cunnin, what they brought to the table. They had big bodies, and they had an impact on this game. And I guess you could say all throughout the lineup we saw contributions at some point. Noah Gregor was a factor, getting shots on net. A lot of players were noticeable. You could go throughout, and that's what you're looking for from a coaching staff is, okay, well, Paul Maurice tonight was sitting back evaluating players, watching individual players and how they played, and he got a lot of information tonight. It's not like he could take it back and said, well, I can go back, roll through the tape and say, well, now what did my eyes see? And then what do I see once I watch it back? And he's going to be correct on a lot of it. He's going to see a lot of good performances that he saw from a lot of this young talent and some of the veterans that have been here and trying to pull their way. But it was an impressive game, and especially after that first period, the Panthers got going and did what they needed to do and ended up with the victory.
Yeah, saw some good jump from the Cunnin, Gadjevich, Greer line. Kind of expected that coming in. The guys with the track record and pedigree that all three of them have. Let's get to your 3 stars. The game powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. The number 3 star from the Panthers had a goal in this one tonight. Sandis Vilmanis, his first of the preseason. That was the one that gave the Panthers at the time a 2-0 lead back in the second period of play. He takes home 3rd star honors. Sergei Bobrovsky wound up with 2nd star honors tonight. Played about half of the hockey game this evening. Turned away all 11 shots that he faced, including one pretty difficult sequence. 30 minutes and 3 seconds on the ice, and so it takes home 2nd star honors here this evening. The number 1 star, no surprise, Jack Studnicka. He opened the scoring. He finished the scoring tonight. He is the number 1 star. Those are your 3 stars of the game. Powered by Omega XL Sport. Omega XL Sport accelerates muscle recovery. Perform, excel, recover. So
Jack,
your 3 stars of
the
the game.
stud Nika.
There you go. That would be your headline if you were...
Jack was the stud of the game.
Yep, if you were... that would be the headline.
Yep.
The headline
that
here,
would be,
here tonight, or maybe to lead off the game notes tomorrow night, or something to that effect. But he was very good. He fit in nicely with that forward trio, played with Boquist and Sam Miskevich this evening. Line had a lot of speed, and they showed it, and the Panthers get the 4-3 overtime win tonight. We'll step aside. We'll come back. Kevin Rogers takes a look at everything that took place here this evening, a full rundown of all the action. We'll bring it back here for some final thoughts. 4-3, the Panthers preseason winners tonight over the Carolina Hurricanes in overtime at Amerant Bank Arena on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, Panthers fans. Time to face off. Hockey is back, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the sellies this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cats games or to any other live event in South Florida, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Pass Recap Show continues. Kevin Rogers with you as the Panthers knock off the Hurricanes in overtime. 4-3, preseason rolling on. 3 more games, all against the Tampa Bay Lightning, all this week. Tomorrow in Orlando, then Thursday in Tampa, Saturday back in Sunrise, and the Panthers will get things going for real next Tuesday night, raising their second Stanley Cup banner, hosting the Chicago Blackhawks at 5 o'clock, coming up next Tuesday to drop the puck on the 2025-26 NHL season. Sergei Bobrovsky starting in net for the Panthers tonight. Frederik Andersen in for the Hurricanes, and didn't see a lot of the regulars on either side, but gave a lot of other guys a shot tonight, and that starts with Jack Studnicka, who put in an empty net goal against Carolina in the comeback win last week in Raleigh, and tonight Studnicka would get the scoring going less than a minute into the game.
Chance out in front, backhand, and they score early on. The Panthers break through. It's going to be hammered home on a backhand out in front of the net from Jack Studnicka. A backhand 56 seconds in, and the Panthers have a 1-0 lead.
That goal for Jack Studnicka, his second on the preseason, 56 seconds into the first. Mackie Samoskevich and Jesper Boquist assisting. Panthers 1-0 lead out of the chute here tonight. That was the only goal of the first period, so we fast forward to the second period, where less than halfway through the period, the Panthers would strike again to take the 2-0 lead.
And to our right, this one's picked up by Shillington. And then it's launched along, straight on by Bayreuther. That didn't connect. Back and go the Panthers. A backhand, and they score! And it's Sandis Vilimanis cruising right through the slot. A backhand off the iron and in underneath Freddie Andersen. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 2-0.
Sanders Vilmanis, his first goal of the preseason, 9:48 into the second. Nolan Foote assisting. Panthers take the 2-0 lead, and shortly after that, Sergei Bobrovsky would be lifted just for precautionary, just to give Cooper Black an opportunity. Bobrovsky, 11 saves on 11 Carolina shots. So it would open the door for Cooper Black to come in for the final half of the game. Carolina would score from Bradley Nadeau, but after a review by the Panthers, it was deemed Carolina was offside, so wiped the goal off, would stay 2-0 Panthers. But then one-time Panther, Giovanni Smith, would beat Black at the 14:40 mark for his second goal of the preseason, unassisted, to get Carolina on the board and trail 2-1. And then about 2.5 minutes later, it was Alexander Nikishin with his first of the preseason for the Hurricanes at the 17:02 mark. Justin Robida and Oliver Killington with the assist. Carolina would tie things up at 2 apiece. So we go to the third, all knotted up at 2. And also, Freddie Anderson's night was done after 2 periods. Nikita Kwap would come in net for Carolina. So Black and Kwap, the 2 goalies, the rest of the way tonight. And at the 8:36 mark of the third period, it was Brett Chorsky who would give the Panthers back the lead.
Now a chance for the Panthers. Chorsky in shot, he scores! And the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. Chorsky heads in on the left side, and he was thinking shot all the way. He let it rip, and he's able to sneak one past Kwap, and the Panthers lead by a goal once again. 11:24 to go here in the third.
Second goal of the preseason for Brett Chorsky, 8:36 into the third. Ben Harper with the assist, and the Panthers back in front 3-2. But less than 4 minutes later, it was Justin Robida who would tie things up for Carolina with his first of the preseason. Bradley Nadeau, who had that goal wiped off earlier, assisted there, as well as Nikishin, his second assist. And Carolina would even things up at 3 apiece. So we go to overtime. Nobody gets a point. I mean, well, I guess they get the point in the preseason, but still, see if the Panthers can win it. And it took 28 seconds on the power play, and Studnicka would finish things off for a Panthers victory.
At loose, and they score! It's Studnicka, the overtime winner, 4-3. The Panthers get the victory here this evening. Jack Studnicka opened the scoring, and he finishes the scoring here tonight.
Bookends the game, does Studnicka. Comes the shot. Samoskevich gets it back to the point to Petrie. And Studnicka tried to deflect the puck on the net. Redirected against the goaltender. Kwap had never made it.
The Recap Show is an unfiltered inside look into the world of global soccer and women's sports.
Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
There, it just stayed in his pads and then dropped to the ice. He was able to find it just underneath his skates and swing at it, get it by Kwap for the overtime winner. And Jack Studnicka probably going to be the first star as he starts the scoring and ends it in overtime.
Third goal of the preseason for Jack Studnicka comes in the power play. All 3 goals against Carolina, in fact. 28 seconds in overtime. Jeff Petrie and Mackie Samoskevich assisting. Samoskevich's second assist of the night. Panthers win it 4-3. They improved to 2-2 in the preseason. Carolina drops to 1-4. Sergei Bobrovsky, 11 saves on 11 Carolina shots. Cooper Black, 5 saves on 8 shots for the Panthers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, Frederik Andersen, 18 saves on 20 Panthers shots. Nikita Kwap with 16 saves on 17 shots. And the Panthers and the Hurricanes, who locked horns in the Eastern Conference Final, now they're done seeing each other in the preseason. And the Panthers headed to Orlando tomorrow to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning for the first of 3 with them before beginning the regular season coming up next Tuesday against the Chicago Blackhawks. Up next, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Doug and Billy will give their final thoughts, and the Panthers will turn the page. 3 preseason games left, and then we're back at it coming up next Tuesday. Season opener. The quest for three-peat begins at Amerbank Arena. Panthers and Blackhawks next Tuesday. Panthers a 4-3 win over the Hurricanes tonight in overtime. As we continue right here, you are listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car.
Why's he call you darling? Why's he call you daily?